Aside from creation itself, I would argue the most precious gift we get in life is vision. Right now, we're being robbed of our vision. A disease state known as age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of blindness across the United States. Many of you in this room know a loved one or somebody close to you that is being affected by this disease today. We have excellent treatments that have emerged to treat this condition. The problem is it's a life sentence. You have to have an injection as frequently as every 28 days for the rest of your life. This has hit my family too. My grandmother has been diagnosed with age-related macular degeneration, and at 94, she is choosing to go blind versus drive an hour into the city to get her treatments. So this is a very, very real scenario. It hits home for me. I know it hits a lot of people in the audience as well. This adherence is awful, shameful within our medical community that we drop 30% over the first year. The problem is so eminent that retinal surgeons across the US for 3 years running have said this is the #1 problem facing our profession is the durability of these treatments. The reason that this problem has come to pass is the evolution of therapeutics. Up until this decade, therapeutics were designed to be heat stable, pill form, you could take them and you'd be treated by that therapeutic. With monoclonal antibodies and genetic medicine, these compounds and therapeutics are incredibly powerful and effective, but they are very sensitive to changes in pH, changes in temperature, or addition of any kind of a molecule to help with delivery. Vitranu solution, an injectable, dissolvable microcapsule, made with the same polymer from the gel capsules that you take when you have a fever or something like ibuprofen. This microcapsule incorporates a technology of microporosity and nanoporosity that allows the therapeutic agent to seep out of the microcapsule and dissolve over time. This microcapsule is unique because it is the only technology that can hold the purest, unadulterated form of the therapeutic agent. No processing needed, no attached molecules. This microcapsule will take that pure form of the therapeutic and deliver it to the eye. What you'll see on the screen is the current dosage that we use today. And what you'll see up here is we have this peak. So our strategy is to put as much of this therapeutic in as we can, just below toxicity, and then watch it drop off very rapidly. The curve that you see in color there is what the microcapsule can actually achieve, that we get a steady state release of the therapeutic above therapeutic threshold for a longer duration of time, actually reducing the overall dosage requirements. We can handle a lot of emerging therapeutics. Right now, we've got a great clinical evidence portfolio around monoclonal antibodies, and we have early evidence within small interfering RNA. But this microcapsule is unique in that after it delivers its therapeutic, it will dissolve and be absorbed harmlessly in the body. One of the things that drew me to Vitranu was that this was one of the few technologies I've ever seen that has this much clinical data this early. They have a cover article, peer-reviewed preclinical evidence showing no inflammatory response and the ability to deliver the leading therapeutic used for wet macular degeneration, typically a 28-day dose, up to 9 months. So this is very impactful. We also took a little bit of a risk. Another company called Genentech has a therapy called Vabysmo. We may have acquired this through Ohio State University, sent it to Canada, had it tested, and we'll be releasing the 6-month data showing not only are we still eluting the therapeutic, but the therapeutic is active, which means it will bind and do exactly what it's supposed to do. So this represents a small portion of the research that needs to be done, but we're also moving into genetic medicine. Small interfering ribonucleic acid is a study that we're getting the results from right now, and I hope to have these results soon so that we can start to share these other emerging technologies and therapies on how we can give a sustained delivery solution. And as you may have already figured out, our customer is the pharmaceutical company. We develop a microcapsule, but we do not develop the therapeutic that goes inside of it. And so we use a licensing model. We're this close to landing a big agreement. We're just a little bit too early. But this licensing model is very lucrative for companies like us, developing a small reoccurring charge that comes back. And this licensing model allows us to participate in milestone-based payments as regulatory achievements are accomplished, and then also ongoing low to single-digit royalties. And it is a partner-rich landscape. Right now, there are not many therapeutics that are actually on market for these retinal conditions. There are over 400 indications being sought for preclinical phase 1, 2, and 3 therapeutics right now, representing a real opportunity and the clearest thing I've ever seen within a startup of product market fit. We talked about this being targeted towards age-related macular degeneration. So our aging population, my parents, my grandparents, they're really driving the need for this. The therapeutics have moved so rapidly that this is one of the fastest growing fields, as our vision is one of the most precious things we're ever going to receive. There is a huge investment to treat these conditions. And so our market is large and it's growing. And what I'm going to show you in a little while is it's not just based in the eye. Right here is kind of what I'll call the mic drop. If I could show this medical advisory board, leave this slide up and walk away, for those of you who have worked within ophthalmology, you would know that these are not just key opinion leaders. These are the opinion leaders. They're conducting the pharmaceutical studies on these agents. They're advising the major pharmaceutical companies, and they've agreed to join a small startup out of Ohio to help deliver this technology to the market. Our founders, Caitlin Swindle-Riley and Dr. Matt Orr of The Ohio State University, are also phenomenal. They are so dedicated to patients, it's humbling for me. And so I look at this slide as me being the most irrelevant on here. As Gary said, I had the opportunity to be the founder and CEO of MediView, which recently achieved a 9-figure valuation. And prior to that, I had 4 startup exits, primarily within sales, one of them being OrthoHelix, which a lot of people in this room have invested in. So I got to be their #1 sales rep early in my career. I like to say sometimes we fall up. This is an injectable, dissolvable microcapsule, not just for the eye. So we're encouraged by early conversations we're having with hospital systems in the area on how we can move this throughout the human body. I think this has great applications in things like renal tumors, things that you can deliver a more durable therapy to an affected body part. And if we can even put a thumb on the scale of shifting our treatment philosophy from systemic IV infusions of these therapeutics to local episodic treatment, I think we can have a real impact as an Ohio technology and as a successful exit. I'm also very, very humbled to announce that thank you to the JumpStart team. 4th of July, we were having more than just celebration of our independence. We closed our bridge round. So I've got some of our existing investors here. So we now have operational capital to get through some critical milestones and start to recruit strategic investment and lead towards our Series A. We're going to be focusing our time now on business development and quality management systems. We can build this microcapsule into a 22 gauge needle for injection. Bigger is easier, but we need to get good quality systems down so we can engage the different pharmaceutical companies very, very aggressively to find therapeutics that are in need of a delivery system. So this is where we're at right now. On behalf of everybody within the cohort, I think we can all say we're very, very humbled and grateful for JumpStart to be part of this new program and for a full packed room today. So thank you and appreciate your time.